Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to Thursday Night Live with Myra. Hope everyone is doing well. Welcome to all of the newbies to the Sisterhood of Limitless Women's Group. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for joining. I get so excited every time I see new members. So thank you for being here. Thank you to everyone who invited someone to the group. Thank you. My name is Myra. I'm a licensed professional counselor in the state of Georgia. I am a life and empowerment coach, and I am here to help, to support, to to encourage all of you amazing women who are on a journey. You are a journey moving forward from your past into your future. You are pushing past the barriers of your past, those things that have held you back, and you're taking all the limits off, and you are ready to get reconnected to your purpose, why you were created. It could be you could have been doing the same thing for the past 30 years, and maybe that's not your purpose, and you want to get in alignment with your purpose. I'm so glad to see you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking out time to come in the room with me. I'm so grateful that you're here. So each week we have a different theme. And we've been talking about changing our mindset. We've been talking about um, challenging our limited beliefs. We've been talking about self esteem, self love, self confidence. And tonight, I went back through, and I always go back and look at what you guys say you need, right? And one of the common themes was procrastination. Who is guilty of procrastinating? At some time in your life, you've said, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it next week. I'll do that next year. Who's guilty? Me. I have been so guilty of procrastinating and being a procrastinator. I'm a work in progress. We all are. So I thought, since that was a common theme, we would definitely um, approach that tonight. I thought it was just a great time to do that. Okay, because like, look, for a lot of people, the physical year ended in June. The new one started in July. We're starting a new quarter. Um, and so it's time to stop procrastinating and do those things that we've always wanted to do. So, for the first time tonight, I'm trying to go live here on Facebook and on Instagram. So, if I kind of look back and forth, that's what I'm doing. I have two cameras to look at. So, just take in the information, and I hope that you feel connected. I'm not sure who's here. I see two people. I'm using StreamYard, so I don't see your name, but I see that you're here. So unless you log into StreamYard, I can't see your name, but I'm grateful that you're here. Thank you so much for being here and um, participating tonight. Again, for those that just came into the room, we're talking about procrastination. So we're talking about overcoming procrastination. First things first, we're going to define, for those that don't know, what it means to procrastinate. And according to Merriam-Webster, the definition of procrastinate is to put off intentionally and habitually. To put off intentionally and habitually. And the second definition says to put off intentionally the doing of something that should be done. To put off intentionally the doing of something that should be done. And once again, if you're guilty of it, just raise your hand. I'm right there with you. All right. I wanted to see what causes procrastination. I wanted to gather more information other than, well, it may be because of the way you were brought up, the environment which you were brought up in. Um, it has to be a little bit deeper. I think it has to be a little bit deeper than that. So I found 8 causes to procrastination that you may not be aware of. So I'm here to share it with you. Reason number 1, perfectionism. Perfectionism, perfectionism limits the definition of success to an unrealistic standard because it doesn't exist. There's nothing perfect that I know of. There's nothing perfect. Reason number 2, fear of the unknown. Knowledge is power, but knowing is only half the battle. For there, you have to take corrective action as necessary, if necessary. Fear controls so many of us. And y'all know this, it stops us from doing those things that we want to do. It just kind of puts a chokehold on us. So, reason number 2 is fear. Reason number 3 is one of my favorites that I've used quite often. I'll just do it later. It's so easy to say that. I'll just do it later. I'll do it tomorrow. Um, it's it can wait. So I'll just do it tomorrow. Reason number 4, working on small tasks because they're easier, right? We just work on the little things because it's easier to do, and the big things can be kind of intimidating. So we'll put them off till later. We'll get to them later. Reason number 5, you experience a lack of motivation. If there's not a real urgency for something, or you don't feel like there is urgency, you're not going to do it. If you're not really highly motivated to do something, you're just not going to do it. It can wait until tomorrow. Reason number 6, you're unclear about how to get started. Um, when you don't know really what to do, where you're going, how you're going to get there, it's just easier to not bother with it. Why? You don't know what you're doing, or you feel like you don't know what you're doing. So you don't do it. But I've heard this very wise woman say, just start. Imperfect. What's the word? Imperfect. I can't, imperfect something. I'm sorry. I cannot remember what she said. But anyway, what it means is just start even though you don't know. Just start even though you don't know what you're doing. Just start. When I started in private practice, I had never worked in a private practice in my life. I had no idea what I was doing, but I just started. But when you're not sure, you just put it off. And I kind of put that off for years. Number 7, you often get distracted. And distractions are such a good excuse to do nothing, right? Distractions are such a good excuse to do nothing. Reason number 8, the final one, you know the task will require effort and hard work. It's going to require you to sweat, right? It's going to require you to do something. It's going to require you to be uncomfortable. And so you're going to have work hard at it, work hard at it. So you just put it off because you don't want to work that hard, right? So those are the 8 causes, 8 possible causes for procrastination. All right. So with it, like with anything else, we have different types of procrastinators, right? There are different types of procrastinators, and I found 4. Let's see, Allie. These were created by 2 friends who are in business together and they're coaches, and this Allie and Marissa. And the 4 main types of procrastinators that they've come up with are the performer, the self deprecator, the overbooker, and the novelty seeker. All right. So let's break them down just a little bit. The performer says, I work well under pressure. I just do so much better when, I have pressure on me. So I perform so much better, right? I just work so much better. So you procrastinate. Your biggest challenge is getting started. And the solution, they say, is to flip the script, set a date, and get started. Okay? So the performer is the one who says, I work well under pressure. Your biggest challenge is getting started, and your solution is to flip the script and pick a start date and do it. Just go for it. Um, the self deprecator says, I'm so lazy right now. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm just so lazy. Um, so you put things off. You're just going to put it off till later. Your biggest challenge is taking a break. We already know you're going to say you don't have time to rest, right? So your solution is to get recharged, get re-energized. Okay, it's confession time. So for me, I was doing so well with walking every day, every morning, getting up at 6:45, getting to the track by 7, posting it on social media. I was doing it right. So proud of myself. And then it started raining. Started raining in the mornings, so I couldn't get out early. And then after it started, I'll just say, well, I'm just so late. I'm just so used to sleeping in. I'm so tired. I just need to rest. I just need to sleep in. I'll walk in the afternoon, right? And have I started back walking yet? No, I have not, because I keep saying, I'm just so lazy now. It's just so hard to get up, and I'm trying to find a way to get recharged. So that one hit me. Um, Square in the face when I read it. That is me. I'm lazy. I'm making excuses. I'm not doing it. But I'm a work in progress, just like the rest of y'all. The third type of procrastinator is the overbooker who says, I'm just so busy. I just really don't have time. Like I have to get up and I have to um prepare to go to work, then get dressed, and then I have to go to work, and I work 8 hours a day, and I just don't have time for this. So your biggest challenge is we create, I mean, not we, I'm just saying, we in the use sense of the word. Yeah. You create your own chaos. So you don't have time because you've created this chaos, and so you don't have time. So your solution is to take a moment of introspection. Ask yourself, what am I really avoiding? Right? What am I really avoiding? So that's the overbooker. And final, the novelty seeker who says, I just had the best idea. I just had the best idea. So you have all these ideas in your head. You're going to do this, you're going to do that, you're going to write the book, you're going to do the class, you're going to go back to school, you're going to start your own business, blah, boom, boom. You got all these ideas, these great ideas, and you end up doing nothing. You don't complete one single task. Your solution is to make it stick literally. Write down all of your ideas and your projects and your goals and put dates on them when you're going to start, and get started on one. Just one. Just one. Start with one, work through it, then go to the next. So we have those four. We have the performer, the self deprecator, the overbooker, and the novelty seeker. Right? So figure out which one you are. Finally, now here's the key. This is how we're going to overcome our procrastination. And I've chosen like three ways that you can overcome it. There's several ideas out there, and I'm sure if you Google how to overcome procrastination, you'll find several, but these kind of stood out to me. And one is to get organized. Sit down, get organized, write things out, schedule them on the calendar. Start with, like, you can start now, like, okay, so this is July. So you're going to start in August, right? And you're going to write down what your plans are for the rest of the year. That's just a few months. And you start there, and you sit down and you schedule it and you write it out, and you write the dates, and then when that time comes around, you do it. But in order to do that, it's the second step. Start small. Start by dividing up, like, Okay, so when I used to work with people in recovery, um, part of their classes was to do like the 1 year, 5 year, 10-year goals. 1 year, 5 year, 10-year goals, where you see it. So they had to write everything down. We didn't start with trying to conquer the 10-year goal. You start with the 1 year, smaller, realistic, small goals, right? And that's what you do when you're trying to overcome procrastination. First, you're going to get organized. Second, you're going to break it down into small bites. You know, they always say, what's that saying about you can't eat an elephant in a day or something like that. You got to eat it, take it in small pieces, small, small steps, small. Start with small jobs and work all the way up to the big job. Start with Actually, you could start with where you see yourself. What for something? You could set a goal for um September, since August is almost here. September, 30-day goal, and then a 90-day goal, and then a 6 month goal. But start small. And finally, having an accountability partner. I think that with everything that we try to do, conquer the goals we've set, having an accountability partner is so beneficial. When you don't want to procrastinate, have someone hold you accountable. Have someone that you trust, that you love, that loves you to hold you accountable to doing that thing on that day at that time. Someone that will call. And even if you get mad, they don't care. They're going to call you. They're going to hold you accountable. One of my accountability partners is my friend Cecilia, and she would always invite me to exercise. She'd always invite me to challenges to eat right, to do a fast. And then once she agreed to be my accountability partner, she would text me, she would encourage me, she would call me. Myra, do you have everything you need? Did you order your products? Did you go to the grocery store? Did you get all your food? Did you get your exercise clothes? Did you get some new tennis shoes? She would just definitely hold me accountable, so I felt a sense of responsibility to follow through, and it really did help me with my procrastination. So you're going to get organized. You're going to start with the small jobs. And you're going to have an accountability partner. Those will help. Those are just a few ways that you can overcome procrastination. There's so many more, but I thought those were vital and important and a good place to start so that you don't feel so overwhelmed. Because if you've been a procrastinator all of your life, it's gonna take these baby steps to turn you around, to get you on the right path. And as I can tell by you being present in this group, you're ready to no longer be a procrastinator. And I am here to assist. I am so honored that you're here and that you trust me and that you watch this video and that I can be available to you. I am like I said, a life and a empowerment coach. I'm here to assist, to help, to guide, to support you in any way that I can to reach your goals. And I would love to have a conversation with you. I will, if you're interested in having a coach, please leave your name in the comments, or DM me. I would love to connect with you and tell you more about my coaching program. I'm a therapist, but I'm a coach, and it's quite different. This is not therapy. This is coaching. I'm here to assist and walk with you through this and help you get to the end goal, which is either, if you want to have a relationship again, if you want to go back to school, if you want to, uh, um, a new career, if you want to try something different. This is I want to say this is my third career in my lifetime. I started as a banker, then I went into education, and now I'm a counselor. And I started in those arenas for different reasons. One, as a banker, it was a secure job. I had a business degree and I had a family to take care of. And then I went into education because my kids were growing up right before me and I could not afford to be a stay-at-home mom, but I could have their same schedule. So that was my motivation for going to the school. And because I started working at the school, I got motivated to go back to school, finish my degree, get my graduate degree. And once I got my graduate degree and did my internship, I started working in counseling. And this was the end goal. This was, this I wanted to help people. I wanted to give back. I wanted to motivate, inspire, and encourage people. So this was it for me. This is I'm here, and now it's my turn to help you get there. It takes some people longer than others, you know. This group is for ladies who are 35 and up, and you're definitely ready to um, um, take the limits off, the limits of your past, because our past will place limits on us, and get reconnected to your purpose, right? I started out as a banker, and my purpose is being a counselor and a coach. That's my purpose. So I'm here to assist, and I would love to talk to you if this is something that you think you're interested in. And if you're not, but you know someone who is, please send them my way. Please, please, ma'am, please, sir, share this video with them and just send them my way. I would love to talk to her. I would love to spend time with her. I have an announcement. I want to make sure I make this announcement. So on Saturday, August the 13th, I will be doing a master class on I Choose Me, um, self-love, a self-love master class. And it's called Today I Choose Me. We're choosing ourselves. We're learning to choose ourselves, love ourselves, so that we can get to where we need to be and take all the limits off. And that is a limitation for a lot of women. We don't know how to love ourselves. We love everybody else, but we don't know how to love us. So I am here and we're going to talk about it and we're going to learn how to love ourselves. Okay. So this is Myra. Thank you so much for being here. Beautiful, amazing, limitless women. You may not feel in this moment that you are limitless, but you are. You are. You can do whatever you want to do. Whatever you put your mind to, you can do that. So thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a beautiful evening. And I will see you next week. Next week won't be a live broadcast because I've been invited to speak at a drug court graduation, and it's in the evening. They have evening court, they have night court, so I'll be there, but I will have a recording. It just won't be live. Thank you so much. So say a little prayer for me as I prepare to speak to those drug court graduates who are they've been going through this for about 2 years, and they're about to get the real life test of living sober without accountability. They've worked hard, they've earned it. And so I get a chance to pour into them next week. So say a little prayer for me and tune in, though I will have a pre-recorded broadcast for tomorrow. I mean, for next Thursday. So thank you so much. Have a beautiful evening. Thanks to everybody that's here. If you weren't here for the live and you're watching the replay, please leave your name. Or respond in the comments with hashtag replay, because I like to know that you're here and I like to thank you for being here. Have a beautiful evening, everybody. Peace out.